Hello everyone, my name is Notorious Vipers and I hope you're having a good day today. I'm here with a quick hints and tips video for you to help you improve your Call of Duty game. So like me, you can turn your 10 and 28 to a 28 and 10. That was obviously the last game. This game's going to go very differently because it's a live commentary as I'm playing the game. I've got some hints and tips that have helped me over the years go from, let's say, going from as a 10 and 28 player to be able to actually now finish positive and streak in several games. These things that I've done, it might not work for you, but it is just something to keep in mind as you play these games. I'm going to be playing some Den Kill confirmed in the background here, so I will try my best to remain as focused as possible. Now, obviously, this one doesn't apply anymore because I've already done it, but the first game doesn't mean anything, guys. That first game you play, you're not warmed up. You've just finished work, finished school, whatever it may be. It's your first game on. It doesn't mean anything. That isn't a true reflection. Most first games I have, bar that last one, I end up going negative just purely because I'm not warmed up, my shot's not there, my awareness isn't there, I've got to remember everything again. Like that, I'm still getting used and getting in the groove of playing Call of Duty again. It's not something I can put the controller down for 20 minutes, half an hour and come back and be just as good as I was before I'd finished because I'd been playing for a bit by then. That skill level, it is gone. You are not that guy. Even the pros will probably admit this as well. Your first game on, you're not warmed up, you're not in the right mindset. So when you are playing and you are, it was a very lucky little double kill, that's the third person, you're not going to hit those quad feeds straight away. You're not going to be hitting those quick shots on the snipers. Just give yourself 5-10 minutes. That's all it is. Now, that being said, if you are one of those people who struggles and isn't getting kills game in, game out, and you are not connecting, that's fine. Some things you can do, something that really helped me. I used to play a lot of S&D back in the day, and there's a reason for that, and that's purely because what that would help me do was it'd help me A, warm up, and then B, what else it would do would be to basically, do you know what, I've died, I can't do anything this round, cool. And there'd be games I'd go 0-5, 0-6, maybe 1-8, but over time that slowly changed. I started going 2-4, and I would get better at the game, I'd get better understanding on that play right there. You would start to realise you're starting to hit more shots because there's less time in between rounds. You're not raging as much, you're not getting as annoyed, because rather than spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die, you were spawning, you were dying, and then headshot. I am camera grinding currently. You would then realise that, okay, cool, I've missed my shot. You would then start to hit more shots because you would realise that you have that time. There's always that second in between kills. You don't need to do everything in that millisecond for it to be done. So that leads me also on, raging isn't helping anyone. It's certainly not going to be helping you. Now, as I say, having that brief time in between rounds when you're not alive, that is going to take away so much of that rage that you'll feel building up, that annoyance, because it's like, oh my god, I've died again. What am I supposed to do? You've seen that, I've had 2 very quick deaths in a row. Imagine having that constantly. It's not going to work. Okay, that's someone else's sentry. Oh, that was a person. Cool. Thanks, teammates. Another thing, which I'm not doing a really good example of here, and even with my classes, is play meta. There's a reason why you'll see the same 2 to 3 guns every lobby. And meta, I'm pretty sure it stands for most effective tactic available. People are using those guns because they're the best in the game to use. You want to be using them, and there's a reason why everyone else is using them. That'll still lead me to push that. So you've got to realise, guys, if you are struggling, there are some guns in this game that just aren't the one. And you know what? You might have a gun that works for you and absolutely go for it. For me, I'm absolutely loving the carbine right now, and I'm just going to keep using that. I thought I'd go with the sentry gun first. Everyone's using the Maddox, the M50 and the Dravik, and as soon as rank comes out in this game, guess what? Everyone's going to be using the M15 and Dravik most likely. If you watch the CDL, the Call of Duty League, you'll see that even the pros are using the same 2 guns, and whenever they've branched out and used a different gun, they've been absolutely slapped around. They've done nothing with their games. Where's the guy in mid? There he is. I need to stop aiming down sight there. That was terrible by me. But, that's also another point. You're not a pro player, so you're not going to be playing like your Shotsies, anyone who's won championships. Realistically, you're not them. You need to understand that fact. There's times I'll make a play and be like, yeah, I probably should have got a little 5 peek there. but I'm not that good to get that 5-piece, so I'm not going to be hitting it. So you need to take that into account. You're not a pro. You'll probably never... I mean, you could be a pro, who knows? Not with that aim, though. That is certainly not pro aim. And speaking of aim, sensitivity. Sensitivity is such a huge one. Back in the day, I used to play on max sensitivity just so I could do the spins really quickly. And I thought, you know, that would carry me. It doesn't. There's so much more overcorrecting that you need to do. And even to go back to the pros, they don't play on dead high sensitivities because they know it makes them so much more less accurate when you need that fine aim to go between players and like those minuscule adjustments. It's so much harder to make on those higher sensitivities than it is on lower. It's so much more difficult. Okay, I have no idea what happened then. I lagged a little bit. But it is what it is. You know, sensitivity doesn't need to be max. You need somewhere that's comfortable where you can make those adjustments and turn around and aim. And, you know, you can get those precise kills that you need. See it on the boxes last second there. Now, as I said before about playing meta, for me, I have used the M15. I've tried pro builds on the M15. Wasn't for me. Now, that's not to say the gun wasn't for me. I sorted a few attachments around, made it work a little bit better for me and the way that I play, and I started doing so much better. I was getting more consistent kill streaks. I was able to do a lot more. Where is he? There he is. Okay, that was safe. Sensitivity. My sensitivity is a little high. I'm not warmed up. I am going to start windmilling a little bit because of it, so that's fine. But yeah, on the attachments, I don't think you can see it on this gun, this particularly, but there you go. That little green blur in my sight. I have the range and recoil stabilization mod on this, just purely to help me try and get that extra yard or so to actually be able to sometimes win those gunfights, and I find that sometimes is enough to make the difference there. My teammates essentially got me killed by leaving me weak. Well, is what it is. Now, you also need to consider, and this is specifically a ranked play advice, pubs or public matches and ranked are two different kettle of fish. So what I'm running now in public matches might not be the one that I'll be running in ranked. That was a terrible play by me there. See, decisions maker's not there. It's still one of my first games. I'm still getting into the Call of Duty groove right now. But yeah, the attachments I run in here might not be the ones that I'm going to run in ranked matches, because public matches play completely different to ranked matches. People playing the game completely differently. Hello?
You are incoming. Enemy UAV
yeah, ain't challenging that because they're around that corner. No one pushing that. Yeah. So you need to consider, guys, that when you're playing public matches, you're gonna have different guns. You're gonna have people camo grinding. You're gonna have people going for challenges. All the things like that. In ranked play, that's not going to be the case, or it's going to be very rarely the case. I can't see many people camo grinding their guns in ranked play of all things. Waiting for the guy on the peak round here. There he is. Got him with a wallbang. We're going to lie down and stingy.
Guys, this is good. We're in the lead.
So just bear that in mind. Public matches are known for their chaos and everything that goes on, because it isn't guaranteed that you're going to get a nice easy game or anything like that. I don't even know why I'm challenging that at all. But what will help is learning map rotations. If you can see where your team is spawning, especially in games like Hardpoint, if I can see my team is spawning back right, I know there's a good chance the enemy's top left. So if we look here, okay, never mind. 19 and 17, not too bad. If you just need to learn map rotations and spawn, so realistically, if your team is spawning in the bottom right, then you know your enemy team is most likely spawning in the top left of the map. They're going to have that difference, especially if you're playing Hardpoint. Then you know at certain points, if you, for instance, P1 on Den is the center of that map, that stacks you just to the right here. If you push past a certain point, you know for a fact that what's going to happen is you're going to flip the spawns. So where they were spawning by that little car park, they're now spawning in the pillar area. And it is going to give you that difference, and you can start to learn and play around that. And the last thing I'm going to say is, if you are playing with your friends, think about what it is. So when I was back in my day, when I was doing my 10 and 28s, I knew that I wasn't a good player, but the friends I was playing with were doing like 36 and 12. So there's no point me trying to go out and be a slayer. So what we would do, even subconsciously back in the day, is they would go off and slay the enemy, and I would be the objective person. So if we're playing hardpoint, they would be the person that would be going out, stopping them from coming to me, and I would get 40 seconds on a hardpoint, and that would be my job. My job would be the objective player. And if you're playing with friends, that's something you can certainly work on. So if you look and go, oh, I've got a friend here who's dropping nukes every third game, or I've got a friend that's going 44 in 10, the worst thing you can do is go sit on this objective. Go let them do what they do best. Go let them be the best that they can be in their position, because they know what to do. Best thing you can do, sit on the objective, hold it down. Yeah, you may not go like 106. Oh no, oh dear. But I tell you what, you'll win more games. You holding that objective down is what will make the difference. There are so many games that I have had where, for instance, let's see if I can pull any up on my combat record, see if I can get those stats up that isn't just kill confirmed hardpoint. You know, it's not going to show me perfect. There's always things you can do to be on that objective. The objective score wasn't very great there. We did end up losing that one. Let me just try and find another one as an example. Objective score 1,000 points hardpoint. I spent a lot of time on the objective to get 1,000 points. Domination 450. A lot of flag captures. Anything with a sniper we're not counting. Objective score hardpoint 1,280. If you're not that good at the game, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, go play objective. It's the best thing you can do for your team. Or if you are in a bit of a fragging mood, or you have a sniper, sit near the objective, play it still, but just don't be the person on it. Be the guy covering the person on the objective. And that's all I have to say on this matter, guys. I wanted a quick one, just some quick tips and tricks. I hope it has been something you've enjoyed. I hope it has something you can implement into your games and do. And until the next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a good rest of the week.